Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day to you, depending where you are in the world. So it's our nighttime devotion. We're reading from the devotional To Be Like Jesus. The title today is, I'm live in London, by the way. The title today, Through Jesus Comes Health and Relief from Perplexities. Now, when they came to Marah, they could not drink the waters of Marah, for they were bitter. Therefore, the name of it was called Marah. And the people complained against Moses, saying, What shall we drink? Exodus 15, 23 and 24. The Lord had a lesson to teach the children of Israel. The waters of Marah were an object lesson, representing the diseases brought upon human beings because of sin. It is no mystery that the inhabitants of the earth are suffering from disease of every stripe and type. It is because they transgress the law of God. Thus did the children of Israel. They broke down the barriers which God in his providence had erected to preserve them from disease, that they might live in health and holiness, and so learn obedience in their journeyings through the wilderness. So they journeyed under the special direction of the Christ, who had given himself as a sacrifice to preserve a people who would ever keep God in their remembrance, notwithstanding Satan's masterly temptations. Enshrouded in the pillar of cloud, it was Christ's desire to keep under his sheltering wing of preservation all who would do his will. It was not by chance that in their journey the children of Israel came to Marah. Before they left Egypt, the Lord began his lessons of instruction that he might lead them to realize that he was their God, their deliverer, their protector. They murmured against Moses and against God, but still the Lord sought to show them that he would relieve all their perplexities if they would look to him. The evils they met and passed through were part of God's great plan, whereby he desired to prove them. When they came to the waters of Marah, the people murmured against Moses, saying, What shall we drink? And he cried unto the Lord, and the Lord showed him a tree, which when he had cast into the waters were made sweet. There he made for them a statute and an ordinance, and there he proved them. Though invisible to human eyes, God was the leader of the Israelites, their mighty healer. He it was who put into the tree the properties which sweeten the waters. Thus, he desired to show them that by his power, he could cure the evils of the human heart. Christ is the great physician, not only of the body, but of the soul. He restores us to our God. God permitted his only begotten Son to be bruised, that healing properties might flow forth from him to cure all our diseases. Interesting one. Through Jesus comes health and relief from perplexities. And it uses the scripture about Marah when the water was bitter. And God told Moses, take this tree and put it in the water, and the water was made sweet. And so at the very end, it is saying that Christ is the great physician, not only of the body, but of the soul. he restores us to our God. So God permitted his only begotten Son to be bruised, to be cut down, for healing properties might flow from him to cure all diseases. So in essence, we could say Christ was the tree that was cut down and placed in the water, as the tree was, to make it sweet, to heal the water. And if you think about it, waters in the Bible signifies people. The sea, the water, signifies people. So Christ could be considered the tree that was put into the water to heal the water, to make it less bitter, make it sweet. So thus Christ in our lives. If we take Christ on, if we take on his robe of righteousness, life, although bitter, might be made sweet. And I'll tell you what, the more you believe on him, what he did for us, the more you understand, the sweeter life gets. Trust me. You don't worry what they do to you, because you know what will come upon them and what will happen to you thereafter. Just imagine, remember Stephen when he was stoned. Before he died, he was looking upon it, a smile on his face, and he could see the heavens opening up for him. Let us look forward to that also.